Hi guys, Esther here from Esther-Astro-Healing. Thank you for tuning to my channel. Today it's the part 2 of a video about the South and North nodes, and they change in the position very, very soon. And my first video, I just gave you a brief explanation. And today I'm going to give you just a little bit more technical side, what really those two nodes represent in our natal charts, and as well what's going to happen for all 12 signs. Now, this is just the beginning of the video, and then after this short explanation, you probably already log into Moon, which is represent your sign in your natal chart. I do not recommend to check under your rising, because this is the reason why it's called nodes, moon nodes, because it's only connect to your moon. It has really not much to do with your rising. Now you need to put your moon as a first house position. So basically very simple. When I'm going to make announcement, if your moon in particular sign in your chart, this is exactly where it's going to affect for your particularly natal chart for the next almost 2 years. It's 19 months or closer to 19 months. Okay, so let's try to understand a little bit more what's really going to happen. And it's probably one of the most important events. It's connecting to our spiritual growth. It's connecting to our Tikkun process. Tikkun in Hebrew, it's our incarnation, correction, what we came really, so to say, to overcome and to understand better. Now, in Indian astrology, it's called Rahu, and Rahu, it's south node, it's north node. Okay, so what we really need to understand about north node, it will transit in Aries. And what is really Aries? Aries, it represents Mars, planet of Mars, right? So Mars is extremely important as well. You know, the nodes, there's a reason, another way ancients used to call the lunar nodes the nodes of fate. So you can imagine how they are very, very important for our Tikkun process, for our spiritual growth, right? So the Rahu and Ketu are points of the moon, just for you to understand. They're not really physical body, like a planetary body, like a star. This is energetical force, which is constantly work with the moon. They're like a call moon partners, okay? They're both in the polarity of the moon. And the only ones which is always working clockwise. So this is why you understand, you see right now, the south and north node coming from Taurus and Scorpio, and this is how they transfer, as you can see, the clockwise to the Aries and Libra. And every other planetary in the solar system, they're going against clockwise. Okay, so this is why you understand another very unique energetical position and points, how they work. And when you check your natal chart, one of the very important things I always discuss with my clients and my students about north and north node and south node, because south node represent our past life and north node represent our current Tikkun, our challenges we're going to face, but they very, very interconnect. So let's tune a little bit more deep in. So the transitions already start in March 17. Okay, so if you remember my previous video, we discussed March 17. We slowly start to enter to the new corridor, start to exchange the energy from the previous positions, right? And remember, previous positions was really important. So you probably already feel so liberating, learned so many lessons for the last 2 years to understand so many things. This is how powerful was nodes of Scorpio and Taurus. And now we entering the most karmic nodes, okay, most karmic nodes, because they connect to the relationship, because it's all about relationship with everything, all mineral kingdom, vegetarian kingdom, a human kingdom, right? It's all about relationship with our partners, with our children, with our family, with our co-workers, everything we touch. Very, very important notes. So this transition, really, the real main transition and points will happen on April 12th. 2022, and the cycle will go until October 30th, 2023. You will see in title of my video, so you will understand that. So it's about 18 to 19 months approximately, with a little bit of the shadow reflection. When it's finished, we still feel a little bit more, right? So again, before we'll go to the 12 signs, like I said, according to your moon and as your birth chart, do not check your rising, so only your moon, and which is represent energy of our humanity. Rahu, what is really Rahu note? Rahu note in a Sefer Yezirah, if you ever saw how it's look on Sefer Yezirah, I did make few, my previous videos, I show you the screenshot of a Sefer Yezirah, it's look like a dragon, right? So dragon has a head and has a tail. So Rahu, which is north-north, it's represent the head of the dragon, and it's considered malefic energy, okay? It's something then, it's ancients even have one of the place in the ancient books, it actually says it's almost like a screaming for the give me, give me, give me, give me more. He's never satisfied, which is, you can say it's not the bad thing, because it's good to have a big desire, but it really depends where it's coming from, okay? So the North Node came here to do what it really came here to give us lesson. It represents the past, the path, sorry, it's not past, it's represent the path we have to go through. We have to grow with this energy. And Rahu in astrology represent greed, it represent materialism, it represent diseases, inflammation, obsession of fame, and desire to have no matter what, the big desires, but desires without restriction. Remember, the desire, which is in Hebrew ratzon, because it's all about ratzon, desire at ratzon, it's extremely important for our soul, for our spiritual growth. But if there's no restriction apply and attached, it's right we become malefic. Because what makes us creators, it's when we apply restriction. And this is when we create the light. This is when we really, through the restriction and desire, when we balance between both, this is how the light appear, okay? This is very Kabbalistic approach and very Kabbalistic concept. So let me, it's, it's influenced by really materialism, and it can create some kind of sometimes hate energy inside of the person who have so much desire without restriction, okay? Any person who gets influenced by Rahu will have a harsh speech, they love to swear, and it's almost like a root nature, especially if you have Rahu in Aries and Sagittarius both, in a way they came to restrict what comes from the mouth. And if it's been affected by other planets, then it can become even more, okay? So on your natal chart, it's not just enough for you to know where your own Rahu locate. By the way, one thing I want to mention, every time when nodes change the position, it's very important to come back to your initial chart and check where your nodes actually on your birth chart. Always come back there and understand the lesson. Always do your homework before starting to work on the new lessons, which is depends on the position every time. Another thing I mentioned in my previous video, you need to always come back, not even 18 years ago, 19 years ago, like end of the 2000, beginning of 2001, what's really happening in your life. Remember, it's going to repetition of lessons, but now you have more skills, you understood so many things, you have more wisdom, more spirituality, so you don't have to go through the same struggle, even though energetically right now on the cosmic energy, it's much more going on, it's more intense, right? Again, if in your chart you have a Rahu with Mars, it can be much more stronger, in depends on what house as well, right? It can be become a little bit more violent. You can, according to Rahu, you can see a lot of things, because Rahu giving you the energy to fight, and it's asking for higher achievement, power hunger, the like a power hungry, and with no sentiment as well. Rahu pushes person for desire to self alone, A lot of selfishness come with energy of Rahu, which is our current lessons, current tikkun. It signified, so to say, in a course, the good politician. They know how to manipulate. Good lawyers, I mean, again, of course, what is really good lawyer? Not easy for marriage when Rahu in a very heavy position. Like I said, it's really giving you a lot of selfish desire. Rahu is not malefic for everyone, by the way. When you have a strong Rahu, which is in a good house and it has a good aspect, it can make a great politician, which is can have a big desire to make real changes. You understand? Good negotiators and manipulators if it's actually been used for self alone. Okay, it's actually a lot of professional thieves and liars, on a higher level. Even when you, especially politician, when they have a strong Rahu, it's they really using it. And it's Rahu in when you know how to use Rahu, it can help you acquire like a good name, fame, and big materialistic possession. You understand? So such a tremendous energy, like everything, it's the polarity. When you know how to use, it can work for you. If you're not going to use for humanity and to open your heart, it's going to create a lot of additional tikkun, additional karma. And remember, we already came to fix and to work on so many things, not to fix, to transform. I don't like word fixing. It's not such a thing, fix. You cannot cut or remove anything, only through the transformation, because the energy never disappear. So the Rahu actually likes to be in the sign of Gemini, Virgo, Capricorn, and Aquarius, all in the 3rd, 6th, 10th, and 11th house. Okay, so check your chart. But again, there's so many things you need to look at as well. What house, and then in what sign it is. There's a lot of things you can say about Rahu and Ketu, about your past life and your current situation, what really you came to work on it. We all need to be more careful about the choices and decisions we're going to make. And it's not even about careful. When you're growing spiritually, it's not longer to be careful. It's everything becomes so clear because you connect to such a big picture. You connect to other person pain like your own pain. This is the whole thing it's about. You understand? Let's go to the Ketu. Ketu is the south node. Okay. If Rahu is about worldly desires, give me, Ketu connect more to spiritual aspect, the responsibility, the wisdom, the spiritual knowledge in our tikkun process, okay? Because this is something, Ketu, the south node, is the dragon tail, like I said, right? It indicates what mistake were made in past and past life education, our knowledge we brought, memory from the past life, right? And what we brought to this lifetime. It is about isolation. This is why it's actually big time connected to the 12th house, because 12th house in Pisces, it's about isolation. And as you know, Pisces is the last sign of zodiac. It's contain a lot of knowledge, but in some level insecurity. So this life, we are detached from what we accomplished before. Sometimes we even feel uncomfortable if, for example, past life over Leo, we have so much fame and so much opportunities. This life, we're going to be lacking these opportunities, and we're going to have a really conflicted energy about this, right? So we need to understand that as well. And that includes lessons from our past, but in the same time, it's give us a lot of gifts, a lot of qualities we already master. So it's really important not to neglect this information, to know how to use, because it's very familiar to us. So we need to be not too insecure about it. Opposite, we need to know how to dig deep inside, because my teacher Rav always says, without knowing the past, without understanding the past experience of our soul, we cannot appreciate who we are now. This is how deep and important it is, okay? So the good Ketu positions, it can make you gifted in spiritual achievements. It can make you spiritual giant in your society, in your family. To be spiritual giant and leader, it starts from your family. It's some of the like a healing powers you can have. if any planets Ketu in the same house, the Ketu can be even more positive and even more, right? It's feel more insecure. It can, like I said, insecurity depends what position and what planets it's sitting beside. It's sometimes giving you like uncertainty and doubts. And remember, what is the doubt in Hebrew? Safek. It's one of the worst thing you can do. And this time, and Ketu, this time, it's going to be in Libra. And Libra, it's one of the number one sign who has a lot of uncertainty because of the Venus. Remember, Venus in Hebrew called Noga. Noga, it's one of the heaviest klipot. Klipa in Hebrew, shelf. Shelf, shelf which is we cover with illusion. It's one of the heaviest klipot we came to overcome is the safek, it's uncertainty. Because in astronomy, if you look at the Venus, she's surrounded by fog. She remained in a foggy. This is why there's nothing worse to drive in a foggy weather. You have to be very careful. You don't know where you're going. You understand? So we came with this energy. We will be required to be more clear and certain, to be more daring in our spirituality in a good way, to go to help someone without too much thinking, without with too many calculation, too many insecurity, what other people will think, if I will be appearing in the right light, if that, no, to be like a real spiritual warrior, very, very important. A Ketu as well can bring challenges like depression, anxiety, self-independency, right? Poor focus, some different diseases, especially in the joint pains, okay, and bleeding because of inflammation. For some countries, if they have Ketu will be inflicted by Mars, so it will be in a really not in a positive houses, it can bring hunger, imprisonment, accidents. I don't like to use this, but Ketu can work such a different way if you, because of the level of insecurity, even though it represents spirituality, if we don't know how to activate this energy proper way, it's like everything, it can work against us. And one of the, by the way, positive houses for Ketu is the 3rd, 11, and 12 houses. And Ketu, by the way, she likes to be with Virgo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Pisces. Okay, so something for you to understand. The mental health problems can also seen powerfully from position of Rahu and Ketu in your chart. You can say a lot of things about the mental state of a person, depends on the south and north node, because remember, what is the moon? Moon is the karma collector. You understand? And moon, it's very important if it's location on you, not just you, on your IC as well. So the Ketu and Rahu, there's such a powerful points in your chart on you for your emotions, for your deep, deep thinking. So really important. So guys, before we're going to start right now for each of your sign, according to your moon sign, right? I do recommend for you as well to listen to sign which is the connect on your birth chart. So for example, let's say your moon in Cancer, and I'm going to make announcement. I will say, for example, for Cancer, this time Rahu in Ketu will transfer. Rahu will transfer in 10th house, and Ketu will be transferring in 4th house. What I do recommend for you as well, to look at your natal chart. I'm talking about sidereal system, right? Babylonian sidereal system. Do not check Western astrology. Check really on the real calculation direct sky. It's always attached under my each video. You can go to the website, the calculator, and enter your information under sidereal system. So besides your moon, I do recommend for you to check on your initial signs as well, just kind of to refresh your memory, the comments I'm going to make, so you will understand as well the Tikkun. Okay, so let's say in your natal chart, you have actually Rahu in Aries and Ketu in Taurus. So listen what I'm going to tell about Aries and Taurus as well. Okay, so it's going to be benefit for you. Now, to conclude my beginning of this video in a nutshell, this is this transit, it's all about relationship, like I said in the beginning of the video, how to accept the other human being. Listen to me, guys, how to create unity. There's nothing more powerful, nothing more powerful than unity. Because remember, even on our body, the cancer cells start to be activated when there's a separation in your body. When your body in unity, the red cells, they're in control. As soon there's a separation, the cancer cells appear, because they only can be activated when your body not happy, when there's a separation inside of your body. Same thing here. We in the Mother Earth, we're one body, we're one soul. I actually really love what one of my Raf's students, Billy Phillips, he wrote in one of his comments about the current situation. It's really, really in tune with what's happening right now. He says that we must somehow cross over the opposition point of view we have. We all have our, right? We all have our opposite point of views, and let it go of all we are, so to say, preconceived, our how we see things, how we think the thing should be. It's kind of tightly held, like it's no notion, you understand? And release the anger and frustration, and realize we are in a higher truth. It's much higher picture. We must realize that our ego can present an opposite view of reality. We must loosen an egocentric creep and free ourselves from slavery of having to be right, and to believe in what we see is the 100% correct. Okay, so what really it's mean for all of us? We must admit that we are full of ourselves. You understand? We need to understand then only when we really recognize how much we can open our heart, this is how much we're ready for facing the truth, and to understand the real reality, what's really happening here. And we can climb the higher mounting of ourselves on completely new level. Because I have to tell you guys, every time when I do chart of my clients and my students, it's such a unbelievable thing for me to see when I work with person last year, and then we're doing follow-up chart, and you can see how like the giant waking up inside when you start to touch your spiritual soul. When your soul, it's always spiritual. When you start to be truthful to yourself, there's nothing more powerful when you are truthful to yourself. And when you start to find your true self, your soul, it's almost you look at the past, and you start to think, my God, it's like a different person. This is what really spirituality. When in one lifetime you can reborn again and again and discover your higher self. And then what's happened, you start to live unconditionally happy, without really to be conditions what's happening around you, because it's always a lot of things happening. And I have to be completely truth with you, to be honest with you guys, the 2022-23, this is going to be very important, and years for us to enter to the new reality. We're already in the new reality, but it's going to be much stronger. And only people who can really be happy is the people who open their heart, like I said, and connect to real spirituality. Okay, guys, let's begin, and we're gonna start with first sign. Dear Scorpios, Scorpio moon, or if you have a Rahu in Scorpio. So for you guys, Rahu will transfer over sixth house. It's amazing, even though sixth house, it represents conflict, but in your case, if you're thinking to go through some court cases and you need to win over enemies, I don't like to call the enemies, anyone who you were in conflict and you're trying to settle, you will be the winner. It's extremely good period for you. Okay, you will have a success in actually in the political arena if you any somehow connected. Some of you will get a high education on the level of like advocates, doctors, something like really, this is amazing for the sixth house, right? You will understand health on completely new level. The healing is going to be excellent, and on the medical field, especially in the natural medicine, because you guys so intuitive, you like understand things, it's Sometimes it's you too extreme, but with that, you go so deep in knowledge, the way how Scorpio understand things, especially when connects to esoteric knowledge, when it's connected to natural medicine. This is something excellent period of time for you guys to connect. The Ketu will be transiting for you in a 12th house, which will give you some, there will be an opposition in a way of for the foreign settlements, okay? But again, because of the 12th house, some of you may come back to your native places. If you, for example, born in different country and you leave your normal place of living in different country, you will have a desire to come back to a place where you came from, or some place where once make you, will give you nourishment, really give you good memory. You will have a desire to go. Plus, you, Scorpio, will earn wealth from the foreign country of this period of time because of the cat on 12th house. It's really good period. If you have opportunity to have some kind of business with foreign places, this is the excellent. You will have a cosmic support. Just do proper calculation, make sure everything kosher. You always attach spirituality. And because of the 12th house, you will have a new understanding about spirituality. You will connect on spirituality on a new level, on the level of Pisces, because of the 12th house of Pisces. It's, I have to say to you, Scorpios, Scorpio moon, and if you Rahu, in Scorpio, this is a really excellent period of time. It's gonna be very liberating for you because you guys naturally came from the eighth house. Eighth house, it's all about transformation. Your whole life, it's one big transformation. So it's going to be very liberating period of time for you, Scorpio. Okay. Wish you good luck. Bye-bye.
Hey everyone, I want to make a quick video to introduce you to my product. It's called Elixir Mix. It's made with absolutely 100% natural ingredients. And you can see it's especially made in glass bottle because the natural essential oils, they cannot stay in the plastic at all. So if you ever buy a natural product, it says natural product and it comes in a plastic. So be aware, these are not really natural because the natural, really essential oils, they must be kept in glass. So you can see the bottle, it's actually been developed specially in the special color made in order to preserve all the nutrients of essential oils. It's based on chaga. Chaga, it's a chaga mushroom. It's growing on a birch tree. And if any of you, if you're not familiar with chaga, I'm definitely gonna add more information under this video. So what's really, really important about this product, it's a multi-use product. It's really, you can use on your face, you can use on their arms, on your scalp, you can use in any lymphatic areas because it's 100% natural. It's contain, except the chaga, it's actually triple extracted chaga. What it means is triple extracted. It's a special way in pressure being cooked in special facilities over 40 hours because the chaga, because it's growing on very harsh environment in cold, it's require really long time in order to take all the good stuff from chaga. Now, what really one thing I want to mention about the chaga, chaga is the only natural product found in the planet Earth, which is contain the highest level of arak. What is the arak? It's a really antioxidant. So there's no other product contain such a high level of antioxidants. Plus there's castor oil, it's rosemary oil, grapeseed oil, it's all based on the rose water. So it's absolutely amazing product. We have a lot of clients, they use it even for the babies, for skin rash. My skin, I'm 50 years old right now, and I stopped using any chemicals on my skin about 10 years ago, completely cut everything. So this product I've been using over 5 years. I can't even tell you. what is really did to quality of my skin and its protection. You're welcome to visit our Amazon account. You can see the comments of other people. It's really, really excellent product. I hope you will be daring to try. I would love to hear your feedback. And I have to say, if you really care for your body, you would need to stay completely 100% away from any chemicals and any toxins, because our skin is the biggest organ of our body. And it's actually everything is absorbed, it's going to our bloodstream, and then it's going to our liver. So if you really want to achieve the real level of health, it's not enough just what you eat. It's really important, of course, what you think. As you know, this is definitely number one. And then what you eat and what you put on your skin as well, it's extremely important. So I hope this video gave you a little bit more information about this product, and I hope you're going to use it as well to try this product. And your health is my mission. And thank you so much, guys. All the best. Bye-bye. Oh, guys, something I forgot to mention. You actually, if you want to create night cream from this chaga elixir, you can actually add additional oils you love to use, whatever oils you can choose. So what's happened, the chaga is a carrier. It can activate even more all the benefits inside of natural oils. Another thing, when you wash your face and you use this product, what it does, it stabilizes the pH level, because you know our water, tap water, contain a lot of chlorines and chemicals as well. So when you wash your face and you apply any other natural product, sometimes it's absorbed inside of your skin. So when you're using this elixir mist, after you wash your face and you dry, you actually apply, and then you apply your other creams, whatever you use. I hope you use natural products. So it's actually can, as a carrier, activate better whatever you're going to use next. Okay, I hope this information and great benefit to you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Imagine a product that can replace many other products you already have without spending unnecessary money and without any toxins, chemicals, or radicals. Chaga Live created this highly effective multi-purpose skin formula elixir mist. It contains 100% natural ingredients, including triple extracted wild chaga, rosewater, castor oil, rosemary extract, and even the GMO-free vegan glycerin. It can be used on or for face, neck, scalp, underarms, lymphatic areas, skin rash, makeup primer, and more. It is pure and jam-packed with healing properties to deliver beautiful results. If you don't see the benefits firsthand, you can return the product with a money-back guarantee, so ordering is risk-free. See the results for yourself and place your order today.